Hi everybody. Okay, so I'm kind of figuring out. Apparently, if I have too much data, um, it doesn't take the video. So I'm learning. Um, I'm now learning the nuanced things. Anyway, okay, so today's episode of YNR was interesting. I can't really say too many good things about it, and it's really bad when you have to try and look for like what was the good part, and you go, I don't really know because yeah. Okay, so I think I have some tidbits here. I really don't think Solenka Silver is gonna be on the screen very much longer because her character, the way they're writing her, is pissing everybody off, all the other characters off. So she's gonna have nobody and be in a town where nobody likes her. So I don't know what else they're gonna do with her because now she's and okay. I try to go at it from the logical perspective, and then I try to go from the like trying to get into my head perspective. And the logical perspective is there is none because she lost the deal with Victor. She lost everything. She doesn't really have a job unless the thing with Sally goes through. And she doesn't have a relationship. And apparently she hasn't had a relationship because every relationship she's had in the past, I assume she's kind of messed it up. So she's left a lot of people in her like rear view mirror, but not had any sympathy for anybody. Therefore, she doesn't deserve any sympathy back. Okay, in my eyes. And you can say, oh, she was hurting. She went through this and she went through that. A lot of people go through a lot of stuff, but a lot of people aren't dirty like that. And so, I don't know. Okay. So we start today with Sally preparing for the big opening of the company, and Audra is supposed to be a support person, but Audra has her own thing. So Sally's worried about her kind of messing it up, and so she's like trying to be very democratic with her words, but she goes, maybe we should split the room. You know, like maybe I go on one side, you go on the other. And I'm like, what is this supposed to fix or whatever? And it's because she doesn't want her dealing with Kyle and Claire. Now, I'm talking about Kyle and Claire because the next story was all about Kyle and Claire. Now, um, all right. The one story I like, and only because they actually apologized to her, was when Kyle didn't tell Claire what really happened in France, and he regrets it. And I honestly believe he regrets it. So he's trying to get on her good side again, but not trying to push her or anything like that. So then Claire comes to her grandfather, Victor Newman, for advice. But it's really weird because you have to remember how much Victor hated Kyle. Okay? And I mean hated. And so for him to be on his side now is just really odd. I mean, okay, on the one hand, Kyle has proven himself. But on the other hand, it's just such a quick shift that it's like, okay, what? Okay, so there's one thing that Claire didn't know about. Claire did not know that Kyle and Victor came up with a deal, and we all know what the deal is. Okay, if he breaks her heart in any way, then he owes him $5 million. Kyle owes Victor $5 million. And the problem is, well, first of all, that money's involved with love. That should never, the two of them should not be intertwined at all. Number two, you're going to hold this over this kid's head for the rest of eternity. And number three, that you never told Claire. Another thing you never told Claire. And I mean, okay, maybe I could buy that you wanted to protect her from Audra and you weren't planning on going so far with Audra and yada, yada, yada. I could buy that one. But now you're going to protect her from her own grandfather? Kyle, honey, Michael Miller. I mean, great acting and all, but I don't think you could talk your way out of this one. I mean, it's like too coincidental to be okay. I believe you. I don't know. It just seems fishy. It seems like there's something else. And maybe there's nothing else. It just doesn't seem like above board. So I don't know. Okay. So then here's the other thing. Which this is kind of going back into last week. But remember when Claire said, I have to think about it. And Kyle said, well, I'm worried the longer I leave her alone, she might find somebody else. Well, it's looking like it might be Holden, because Holden gave Audra the business, okay, and told her, leave Claire alone. And Audra was like, wow, she has you defending her now? And he's like, no, it's not like that. I am defending her, but because she's a good person. She's just a good person, and she should never have been involved in your schemes and stuff. Maybe he didn't say schemes, but, I kind of inferred that, okay? So I'm like, yes, but then also, I also think there's maybe something deeper there, but I don't know. That's total speculation on my part. So, okay. So I guess the rest of the week is going to be waiting on to see how the party went, and also to see when they're going to introduce, not introduce, but have Daniel and Tessa talk out their relationship again. I kind of can't wait for that because it's the next story that I'm like holding on to. Although I do think that on the writing scale, they kind of did Cameron Grimes dirty because, I mean, it feels like they wrote her out. I don't know. I haven't seen her for like a month at least. Because remember when all this stuff was going down with Mariah and Tessa, it was during Pride Month. And then there was a huge gap of time between when they met again. And then it was Awkward City. That's been at least a month. So about a month or two between whatever. I don't know. Maybe she's just taking a break. Maybe it's her vacation. But it just seems odd to me. And Cameron Grimes is like a legacy character. She was Cassie, for God's sake. Okay, I'm going to go off on a thing. Okay, I'm going to make another extra video today about all the characters, whatever, but I was just thinking. Sorry. Sometimes they go on tangent. All right, bye.